Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, El Paso's largest school district could be closing some schools and consolidating others. But before it does, EPISD wants input from parents, which it says it's not getting.
And we are getting a clearer understanding of the minimum wage increase in Las Cruces. A look at when the raises approved by council will go into effect.
And the continued unrest sparked by the events in Ferguson have now sparked federal action by the Obama administration. Why we could be seeing cameras on police soon.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Well, good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Floren.
And I'm Stephanie Valle. Thanks for watching us here on Good Morning El Paso. It is 6:01, and let's take a look now at the city from our exclusive ABC7 mountain cam. Still looks nice and dark out there, Hillary.
It looks a little cold out there, too, from that shot, only because we already walked through the temps this morning. Crystal, we know how cold it is out there.
It's cold enough you want the jacket, that's for sure. We still have those 30s outside. It's December. What can we expect other than the 30s? Here's your temperatures. We're at 37 in El Paso, although it feels like 33 degrees thanks to winds at 5 miles per hour. Las Cruces at 33. It feels that way because winds have calmed down. Our relative humidity is at 49%. We do have some moisture in the air at the upper level. It's those clouds that are starting to stroll across the area, and that will continue the case today into the next several days. We're looking at partly cloudy to cloudy conditions on that 7-day forecast, and even some slight rain chances. Now, on your clouds and radar right now, there's no rain to track, but I do expect that to start changing in the days to come. We'll have a closer look with your 7-day forecast up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Crystal. Flooded cars, damaged homes, even a death were caused by the rains and flooding over the past year.
And now Mayor Oscar Leeser wants City Council to consider putting more money into flood control projects. Good morning, El Paso's Andrew J. Polk is live with this story. Andrew.
Yeah, good morning, Hillary and Stephanie. At today's City Council meeting, Mayor Leeser will propose withholding money designated for green projects and open spaces to instead send millions of dollars to El Paso water utilities to help move along projects with pressing public safety concerns. Now, EPWU has said it's completed $24 million worth of flood control projects in recent years and is considering raising stormwater fees over the next few years to bring in an extra $160 million up to. Now, the money being moved today would be intended to move along projects with the most pressing public safety concerns. So what Mayor Leeser is proposing is a shift in funding, moving that money intended for those green projects and open space project purchases to, quote, fund up to $3.2 million for new construction projects to mitigate public safety concerns caused by flooding as identified by the Public Service Board. The ordinance calls for the funding shift to be in place for 2 years, and the proposal largely came out of a series of meetings Mayor Leeser held with the Open Space Advisory Board members starting in October. And a few of those board members have been sounding off online, saying that they decided to support the shift in funding after Mayor Leeser gave his word that the funding move wouldn't go past the 2 years outlined. We'll be at today's meeting and bring you the latest on the decision on air and online at KVIA.com. Hillary and Stephanie.
All right, thanks so much, Andrew. After 7 long hours of debate, Las Cruces City Council did vote to extend part of the minimum wage raises. That means the city will not see a $10.10 wage until 2019. Now, originally, council voted on this ordinance, which would have gone into effect in 2017, 840 by 2015, 920 by 2016, and 1010 by 2017. But here's what council did approve: 840 January 2015, 920 by 2017, and 1010 by 2019.
January 1, 2017 is the hourly wage at $9.20 an hour, and January 1, 2019 the minimum wage shall be an hourly rate of $10.10 an hour. It is a tough amendment to offer. I don't do it lightly, but I do it with the strong hope that we're able to pass it.
I think what happened in City Hall today was a gross representation of democracy, that they were basically throwing anything that they could to the wall to see what stuck.
The first phase stays as is. That means that 840 wage will go into effect next month.
The Gadsden School District has confirmed that a teacher at Gadsden High School is under a criminal investigation. A spokeswoman with the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office says the teacher is accused of criminal sexual contact. We are withholding the teacher's name because at this time he has not been charged with any wrongdoing. The district says the teacher has been placed on administrative leave pending the results of the investigation. El Paso County commissioners are getting closer to hiring a new medical examiner. The county has not had a permanent medical examiner since the county cut ties with Dr. Paul Schroed after his credentials came into question. ABC 7 broke the story about inaccuracies in his resume back in 2007. Since then, Dr. Juan Contin came back from retirement to fill the position, but not permanently. The county was supposed to consider hiring someone yesterday, but that item was postponed for a week.
For months, Lower Valley residents have complained about the condition of Escarate Lake. If you've been there, you've probably seen why. The water levels are very low. Yesterday, county commissioners took action to fix that, agreeing to spend $200,000 to replace one of the main water wells. Right now, only 2 of 5 wells pumping water are working. A third well will be completely capped off and a new one will be built. The new well is expected to take about 3 or 4 months to complete.
A report by the Texas Indigent Defense Commission has found some problems with the way El Paso appoints attorneys to those who can't afford it. El Paso Commissioner's Court asked for a review of the process earlier this year. The report states there are issues with the time it takes for a person to be assigned an attorney, and a large number of cases are being assigned to only a few attorneys. District Attorney Jaime Esparza says the county is making improvements. So why should El Pasoans be concerned with this report? Well, not only are taxpayer dollars used to pay court-appointed attorneys, but it also speaks volumes about the fairness of the judicial system here in El Paso.
Everybody's entitled to a fair shot and is entitled to have their day in court. We shouldn't have 2 tiers of justice where those who can afford an attorney, those who can afford to bond out, will have one outcome, and then those who can't afford to bond out end up staying in jail and then end up in a plea agreement.
The Council of Judges, which oversees the appointment of attorneys to these cases, tells ABC 7 the report focused on the old system in place during fiscal year 2013.
County Commissioner Vince Perez tells ABC 7 that in some cases, defendants who requested attorneys were actually never even assigned one and ultimately waived the right to an attorney just to be able to move forward with their trial. This angered government watchdog Lisa Turner.
It amazed me. I found out that people had requested a lawyer and they were not provided one. The district attorney's office, I guess, forced them into signing some kind of plea. The judges passed on the plea, and I guess they were found guilty. Where do we get off doing this? How in the hell does this happen? When a person asks for representation and they don't get it.
Ms. Turner, I have to correct you. The Commissioner's Court is not doing nothing. I don't know if you've been watching over the last several months, but that audit was requested by a member of Commissioner's Court.
I understand.
And during budget, this Commissioner's Court...
that commissioner, thank you, Commissioner Perez, if he hadn't done it, we would still be going down the same old path, people being denied their constitutional rights.
Well, the county has until January 31st to respond in writing to 11 recommendations made by the Texas Indigent Defense Commission. A live look at traffic right now. It's 6:08.
You can see that I-10 and Horizon looking pretty clear out there. No problems to report. But, of course, if anything happens, we will let you know. We'll keep an eye on traffic for you.
Could Northeast El Paso be the new home of a new smart code development?
This is a rendering of what the area near Diana and Dyer would look like if City Council approves it. There it is. We will take a look at what else this development will have.
It looks pretty nice, and we're also getting a look at the bowl possibilities for the Miners, where we could see them play, as well as who could be headed here to the Sun Bowl.
And at 6:09, meteorologist Crystal Cly has your complete forecast. Crystal.
Good morning. We are talking chances of rain moving through the forecast as we track into your work week and weekend. We'll look at how high those chances are and what you can expect by that Saturday, Sunday, up after your break.
This is ABC 7, where news comes first.